So in this area here, we kind of got 2 points of interest that we're gonna focus on, and we're really gonna take advantage of this tree that's behind me here. So we got this beautiful tree with all kinds of limbs, and then on this side here, we got a great barbecue fire pit area, but there's a lot of hardscapes in here, and it's gonna be tough for us to light a lot of these things. So we're gonna do a couple things. One, we wanna take advantage of this tree that's behind us. So what we're doing is we're gonna be uplighting it with a couple different lights because there are so many limbs and it is a wider tree. We've got 2 uplights that are gonna light both sides of this tree and really spread that light up into those limbs. And then we're also gonna be throwing some downlights from the top that are gonna be shining down for a couple different purposes. One is to highlight the area around the tree. 2, we've got these great big boulders, this retaining wall with these beautiful rocks, but it's gonna be very tough for us without having to drill through a bunch of rocks to get any kind of light in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna light those from above using the downlights from the tree. The other cool thing about that is that we're gonna have some of that light is gonna shine through the branches. So kind of like you see right now with a lot of the shadows that are on the cement, you're gonna see that same effect at night. So it's something I love doing whenever we have a chance to do something like this. So again, with one light, we're not only highlighting the tree from up above, we're highlighting the barbecue area, and we're taking advantage of these this nice rock wall features. So sometimes being a little creative with a different kind of light can get you a lot of effects with just one light. And although you might pay more for that one light, in the overall picture, it's a great way to keep your budget down and a little bit smaller. Hey guys, so on this project we're going to be mounting a lot of lights up in the trees and kind of downlighting, getting those lights up nice and high, 20-25 feet up there, shining through the branches so we can kind of create some shadowing down on the ground here. So the thing with that is the wire for the fixtures we have is only it's only about 10 feet long, so I don't want to have a big waterproof connector hanging halfway down the trees. One thing you can do if that's something you have is just go buy a junction box at you know, the Home Depot store or Lowe's or whatever it is, and just put that connection in one of those just so you don't have to look at it, at least it hides it. Another option that we often use is these shrink wrap connectors. Again, you can get them at any home improvement store. What I like about them is they are gel filled here, so once they get, sorry, bee on me here, but they are gel filled, so once they heat up, the gel actually seals around the connection, and they're very inconspicuous, so that's why I like using them. So we're going to use them for this. So I've got my wire to my fixture, so I want to make that a lot longer, and then I can make my connections down in the ground and stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I've got my wires, I'm just going to slide my tube on, because you need to get your tube on the wires first. So we got that on, and one thing I do is I cut, if you can see here, I cut one of them a little bit shorter than the other, and I'll show you why I do that. It's basically so I can cheat and just use one of these as opposed to having to use 2, which same as any of the connections, usually you have to make 2 for each fixture because you have 2 wires, but we're going to cheat a little bit and I'll show you how. So basically what I've done is with my wire that's going out into the ground and my fixture wire, I have one longer and one shorter. So I'm going to take the longer one and I'm going to connect it with the shorter one. And I'm actually just going to twist tie those up, just twist them together nice and good, and then I'm going to just bend one of them so it kind of looks like this, right? I don't know if you can see that. So I've got it like this, and I've just got it bent, and then I'm going to twist the other 2 together, and I'll show you in a second why I do that. And then we're going to twist that, is so that I can go now and I can bend these like this, and the connections aren't going to be touching each other. See how they're separated? So they're not going to be touching each other inside the same shrink wrap connector. They're both in there, they're not touching. Something else you can do just to make sure is sometimes I'll put some electrical tape just around those, just to make sure those connections don't touch, and then I'll go and I will shrink wrap that together. So how you do that is very simple, is you just need a torch of some kind, and then you just lightly warm that up, and you watch it shrink. Want to be careful not to get too close and burn anything. Make sure all the wires are still inside. It's pretty hot afterwards, so give it a good little, I just try and seal it up a bit, but you can see the ooze is kind of coming out a little bit, so it's all waterproofed in there. And once it solidifies, it's pretty hard and you are not pulling those wires apart. So if you're doing any tree lighting or need to hide some wire and extend it and make a pretty inconspicuous connection, shrink wrap connectors is a really good way to go.